Welcome to Technology World Education. Today we are moving straight forward as to start topic sexual reproduction of chapter Reproduction in Organism. Sexual reproduction: when reproduction takes place as a result of fusion of two gametes, one from each parent, it is called sexual reproduction. The process of fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. The formation of gametes involves exchange of chromosomal, genetic, fragments between homologous chromosomes, causing genetic recombination which leads to variation. Some examples of sexual reproduction in flowering plants as well as animals is shown below. Sexual reproduction in plants. It occurs mostly in flowering plants. In fact, flowers are the reproductive organ of plants. The image of bisexual flower is shown below. A typical flower consists of four main whorls, namely calyx, sepals, corolla, petals, androecium, stamens, and gynoecium, carpels. Pollen grains of a flower transfer to the stigma of the carpel of the same flower, self-pollination, or to the stigma of carpel of the another flower, cross-pollination. The diagram for self-pollination and this transfer of pollens is achieved by agent like wind, water or animals. After pollination, a pollen tube grows out of pollen grains, through which male germ cell reaches the ovary and fuses with the female germ cell. Fertilization. The fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization. It occurs inside the ovary. Zygote is produced in this process. Zygote divides several times to form an embryo within the ovule. The ovule develops a tough coat and is converted into a seed. Ovary grows rapidly and ripens to forms a fruit, while the seed contains the future plant or embryo which develops into a seedling under suitable condition. This process is known as germination. Flowers can also be unisexual, contain either stamen or carpel, or bisexual, contains both stamen and carpel. Unisexual flowers: papaya, watermelon. Bisexual flowers: hibiscus, mustard. The image of double fertilization is shown below. Reproduction in human beings. Humans use a sexual mode of reproduction. It needs sexual maturation, which includes creation of the germ cells, i.e., egg, ova, in the female and sperm in the male partner, and this period of sexual maturation is called puberty. Male reproductive system. The formation of male germ cell, sperms, takes place in the testes, male reproductive organ. A pair of testes are located inside scrotum, which is present outside the abdominal cavity. Scrotum has a relatively low temperature needed for the production of sperms by testes. Testes release a male sex hormone called testosterone, and its function is to 1. Regulate the production of sperm, 2. Bring about changes in appearance seen in boys at the time of puberty. The sperms, along with the secretion of prostate gland and seminal vesicle, together constitute semen, which is released and made to enter into the female genital tract during copulation. The following diagram shows male reproductive system, which is important in the sexual reproduction. Female reproductive system. The female germ cells or eggs are produced in the ovaries, located in both sides of abdomen. When a girl is born, the ovaries already contain thousands of immature eggs. At puberty, some of these eggs start maturing. One egg is produced every month by one of the ovaries. The following diagram shows the female reproductive system which participate in reproduction. The egg is carried from the ovary to the womb through a fallopian tube. These two fallopian tubes unite into an elastic bag-like structure known as uterus. The uterus opens into the vagina through the cervix. Fertilization occurs in the fallopian tube of female genital tract. The fertilized egg, also called zygote, 2N, gets implanted in the lining of the uterus, and start dividing. Actually, uterus is richly supplied with blood to nourish the growing embryo. If zygote is not formed, the inner wall of uterus breaks, which causes bleeding through vagina. This process is called menstruation. It occurs at a regular interval of 28 days. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of a special tissue called placenta. It provides a large surface area for glucose and oxygen to pass from the mother to the embryo. Similarly, the wastes from developing embryo are removed to mother's blood through placenta. The time period from fertilization up to the birth of the baby is called gestation period. In humans, it is about 9 months, 36 weeks. The sexual cycle, menstruation, in a woman continues up to the age of 45 to 50 years. After that the ovaries do not release egg. This stage is called menopause. It also marks the end of the reproductive life of a woman. Female sex hormones are estrogen and progesterone, which are produced by ovary. The image of menstrual cycle is shown on the screen as follows. Reproductive health. Reproductive health deals with the prevention of STDs and unwanted pregnancy. Understanding the reproductive system is also a part of reproductive health awareness. Contraceptives. Contraceptives are devices that prevent unwanted pregnancy and help avoid STDs. Contraceptives can be of various types such as mechanical barriers, hormonal chemical methods, surgical methods, etc. Coitus interruptus. It is a very unreliable contraceptive method where the coitus is stopped before the male ejaculates inside the female reproductive tracts. Rhythm method. Another unreliable method of contraception where coitus is avoided when the female is fertile and the chances of fertilization are very high. Condoms. One of the most effective methods of contraception. A mechanical barrier that stops the semen from entering the female tract, preventing pregnancy. It also avoids the possibility of contracting STDs. Diaphragms. Diaphragms are barriers that can be added inside the female reproductive tracts. They stop the entry of semen inside the female tract and thus prevent pregnancy. Contraceptive pills. Contraceptive pills are chemical methods of contraception. They change the level of hormones in the body that prevents the release of the ovum from the ovaries. Emergency pill. Emergency pills are those pills which can be taken after coitus to avoid pregnancy. They quickly change the level of hormones in the body and prevent a successful implantation even if the egg gets fertilized. IUD. IUD stands for intrauterine device. They can be used for a couple of years. It is a device that is inserted into the uterus, changing its shape and preventing successful implantation of the zygote. Sterilization. Sterilization is a surgical method of going permanently sterile. This can be done in both males and females. In males, it is called vasectomy, and in females, it is called tubal ligation. Thank you. Technology World Education Presentation. Log on to our website https://technoworldedu.godaddyscites.com/ for more details and update.